It's great to see so many people here who worked with Janet here at Alvin who are either now retired or at another site. People who knew her when she worked over at Fessler, and those of you in Altrusa. And so I really appreciate everyone being here. We have some students joining us today as well to help celebrate the dedication of our new bench, Alvin's new bench and tree. So it's good to see them as well because they've grown a lot in the last 2 years. I was really lucky when I started in this district in 1990, kind of a long time ago, that I started at Oakley School and Janet was my office manager at Oakley. And you know, you couldn't start off with a person who was more organized and knew exactly what you should be doing and when you should be doing it and made sure that you knew that. But she was terrific. And our kids went to St. Joe's together, my older kids and her sons, and so we knew each other through that as well. So I had the opportunity to work with her over at Oakley for about she wasn't there quite 9 years when I was there, but for several years. And then she moved on, and I eventually moved on. And after teaching for 15 years and then coming over to Alvin as principal, we had an opening, and Janet called me up one day and said, I'm thinking about putting in for the Alvin spot, what do you think? And I was like, let me come help you pack. I want you over here. You're awesome. And it was wonderful to have her come back here. She'd been at Fessler and El Camino, and she really enjoyed being back at the elementary school, kind of coming full circle from when she started. And it was great to work with someone that I trusted completely. She was kind of my buffer against someone, you know, someone coming in and needing my attention right then. She'd kind of keep them calm and waiting. She was so organized and took on not only whatever I asked of her, but everything else in addition to it. She came in, let me help you with the fundraisers. Let me help you collect money from this. Let me help you get this out to the classrooms, whatever you need. She was amazing. And when she retired, we all felt it here at Alvin. We really missed her greatly. Janet had many passions, as you all know. NASCAR was one. She couldn't wait to go out, go to the races, post pictures, share the fun times they had. Going out to eat and sharing where they'd been to eat was always fun to talk about things like that. She loved Baskin Robbins, and once she moved, I think that's why she moved to Alvin, because we're so close to 31 flavors. And she would go over and get her mocha drink that she got, and she'd bring me back. She knew the owner there really well, and so she would bring me back a little treat every once in a while. But that was something she really enjoyed. She was passionate about the holidays. Our office was fabulous. We started decorating for Christmas in September, not really, but close. But she loved the holidays, she loved planning for the holidays, and you know, we all reaped the benefits of that. I could not have asked for a better person to work with, and I know all of you here that worked with her, and especially those of you who have come back to visit, remember that you could count on her to do anything. And I think the only thing that she was more passionate about than Alvin and the students and the staff was her family. She loved her family, and we loved hearing about them. We knew them, of course I knew her boys, so it was fun to know more about them as adults and as parents. And she loved spending time with friends and family. I'm also a member of Altrusa, which is our local organization, a volunteer organization. We support the schools, and we do the magical Christmas trees every year. And Janet did a tree every year that was fabulous with Mike and stepping up, and did a great job. She gave so much time and energy to everything that she participated in. And so, you know, that was another opportunity I had to spend time with her. So we're here today to honor her because she retired from Alvin. And as I found out yesterday, I didn't realize this, Mike started at Alvin, and I didn't realize that, and then Janet retired from Alvin. So they have that connection here to our wonderful school. And our students here, were pretty young when she was here, so they might not remember her as well, but they get to benefit from the beautiful bench that Trinity picked out, and the trees, and an area here that's being developed as a garden and a place for kids to come and hang out and feel safe and comfortable and enjoy life at school. So we are really excited. I want to thank Trinity and Summer Long for all their hard work on putting this all together and getting everything organized. We can give them a round of applause. James Barnett. James was the assistant principal here with me for a number of years, and before he moved on, and so he had the opportunity of working.
Gosh, yeah, I already was crying on the way over, and so okay. I just really love Janet, and some of the best times with her and me was it was like really quiet in the office, and it would just be Janet and I, and she would always start up a conversation because she'd just ask me like a little question, or like, I was wondering why you did that, or she'd ask me how my family was, or we both loved ice cream, so we would talk about the ice cream, and I just really appreciated those really quiet moments talking to her. And she could be a little gruff, and I was a new administrator, and I'm sure because she'd always be like, why are you so touchy-feely about this? and then we would, she would kind of razz me a lot, but I really actually appreciated that about her, that she just spoke her mind and was honest and open about everything. And so good for her. And so I just, I loved talking with her because I knew that it was like heartfelt and honest and warm, and so I just loved that about her. And I was talking to Celia yesterday, and we saw each other, and I was saying Janet would be telling me right now to like get over it and stop crying, and that this event really is about all the people that are here, and to spend some time with the people that are around us, and because that's really the important part, is those moments together that we have, and I think that's the lesson that Janet gave me. That's what I would take with that's the part of her I would take with me, is that like love for life and the love for the people around us and how important that is, and just the importance of sharing things like ice cream and cake and celebrating. When did the countdown for Christmas start? It was the day after Christmas. And so, yeah, I think she liked the day after Christmas because she would flip the chart again, and now it's 364 days. And so that's the part that I take from her with me, is that celebration and just the love for the people around us. And so I'm so happy that it's a bench, and I can picture people sitting there and having a conversation. That seems so fitting to me. So thank you, Summer, for putting that together, in Trinity, and thanks for the moment to talk about Janet.
I thank you. I would really like to thank all of you for coming today, and this has just been a beautiful thing in honor of such a wonderful woman. I did have the opportunity to meet her quite a few times because I came into sub, and so I mean, just the moments that I had with her already, she's one of those that just went right into your heart. So meant the world to all of our people here, and just this is super special for our kiddos. All of the people and the notes and the cards that came in and the words that they had to say about Janet just moved me tremendously. And so huge thank you to all of the folks that put their love, tears, and energy and funded this bench for our students. We're really working on, the whole staff together, making this a beautiful place for our kids to come. If you've seen the garden at room 2, it's a lovely, gorgeous space, but we need something out here in this kind of cement haven out here. So just working on building an outdoor classroom here and reclaiming, bringing it back. You can see that our teachers have already been planting and coming out with the kiddos and working on that. So the vision and plan is to just create another lovely space for our kids to be out in nature, connect with nature, do outside experiments and have fun outside with nature. So some tables in here. So a huge thank you also to Altrusa for all of their support to Alvin. We couldn't do any of the things that we're doing without their support and love. So thank you, and thank you to Mike for your donation. That was really, it means a world to us, and our kids are already out here every day sitting. It's just a beautiful spot that brings joy to all of our hearts every time we come out here. So thank you everybody for that.
I'd like to introduce Deanna Jones. She is a teacher over at El Camino Junior High, so she had an opportunity to work with Janet over there, and she's the president of our Altrusa organization.
Hello everybody. I was able to know Janet from working at El Camino with her, and at the time that she was at El Camino, I started a club for the kids. It was a junior version of our Altrusa club called Astra, and she really helped me navigate what it means to be a club advisor. I was a brand new teacher, didn't really know what I was doing, but she really helped me along the way and figure out how to navigate that kind of administration part of it. And later on I got to know her through Altrusa. She always had a tree with stepping out, as was mentioned earlier, and then later on as she joined our club, she got more involved and helped us in many different ways. She always liked doing the tickets, preparing the tickets for us, so every time I see those tickets I'm going to think very fondly of Janet and her contribution to our club. It was our honor to be able to help to fund the bench in Janet's memory, and I'm glad to see that students are already sitting here using it. And I look forward to coming back and visiting and seeing the tree growing and the kids growing along with it. So thank you all.
Thanks,
We didn't talk about age. Yeah, so I knew Janet when she got here, and I was here after she left, and so she and I had a lot of special time bonding over. She talked about her grandkids all the time, and my daughter was very young when she was here, so she was always very interested in what my little one was doing, and she supported absolutely every single fundraiser my daughter ever did. She bought the wrapping paper and the cookies and the popcorn, you know, so she was such a wonderful, supportive person in our lives. But I think the thing we bonded the most over was definitely Christmas. We were back and forth with the counting down of the days from December 26th on, and that was really our, we just joked about it all the time, we talked about it all the time, and showed each other cool new decorations we got, and it was really a special connection that we had. So on that note, Mike, what was her favorite Christmas carol? Just give me one. This is for Janet. I'll be home for Christmas. You can plan on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents on the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams.
Hi everyone, yeah, I'm the band teacher here at Alvin. My name is Joseph Del Giorgio. I teach at Fessler and Miller as well, but still here. And I remember meeting Janet for the first time, or the second time. I met her at a gig because I started playing in the band with Mike. The same time I started teaching, my first year of teaching, I took on the credential program, the teaching, and I started playing in a new band. I had to learn, I don't know how many songs. I remember just being really, really stressed out my first year of teaching. And office managers are usually really, really organized people, like Janet was. Musicians are usually not. They're typically, and I was a total mess. I can remember my first year, I was just thinking, I don't know how I got this job. I don't know what I'm doing. And I remember going to Janet a couple times, more than a couple times, I'm sure, in the office for whatever I needed, even if I just needed something photocopied or just little things. Constantly relying on office staff for that, and I still do. I mean, they're a ton of help. I think I remember when Janet got sick, and to me it was kind of foreign because I didn't really know a lot of people that have gone through, you know, the big C word, but about a year and a half later my wife did. And I remember at gigs, stepping out gigs, and just events, running into Mike and Janet, my wife would often go to her and just rely on her for moral support, emotional support while she was going through treatment. I think the last time I checked, it's 15% of women that suffer from breast cancer, and it's way too high. It's taken way too many women. Fortunately for me, my wife is still around. I wish Janet was too, but looking at this today, I'm just thinking, it's just really nice to see something that's going to facilitate a lot of conversation for years and years to come. And they're going to ask, who's Miss Janet? Who's Miss Janet? It's going to be on that plaque. And faculty, staff, students for years and years will remember her. They'll see this area and talk about her. And so, you know, I owe Janet a lot just for being organized when I wasn't, and also just being another woman to rely on for my wife when she was going through something really scary and hard. So I'm just really grateful for that. Thank you, Janet.
Gary Prober, a longtime Santa Maria teacher, and are you still subbing?
Heck no.
Oh, okay.
No. Yeah, I'm Gary Prober, and I was kind of an itinerant assistant principal for about 10 years. And I worked with a lot of office managers, and most of them were pretty great, but I didn't work with Janet as in that, but when I went back into the classroom, I was lucky enough to, spent my last 16 years at Fessler, and I think Janet was there that entire time. And she was rock. I mean, she just, the office, she ran the office, but I remember she never, you asked her for something, she was always willing to help you. She didn't, you know, act like it was, you were bothering her. She was always, you know, if teachers wanted something, she would do it. And one of the things I can think of is, one of the things I was doing every year, I run this all-star basketball game for Kiwanis. And so every year I needed 60 certificates printed up. And I don't even think I asked Janet. She just said, I'll do it. And every year she just print them up for me. Never, you know, just that was just routine for her. If you needed something, she'd do it for you. And we had a good time at Fessler. And Carolyn will attest that Janet was, she liked to have fun too after work, but I won't go into that.
I think, you know, Joseph and brought up a really good point that, you know, to us, Janet was such a model of someone who dealt with adversity with such strength and calm and just committed to doing everything she could to take care of herself and continue to take care of her family at the same time, to take care of the school at the same time. She just faced everything head on and was just a beacon of strength. And I just can't say enough about how much I admired her in so many different ways.
Thank you all for being here and for doing all of this. I thought I was going to be a lot stronger when I got up here, but just hearing everybody's words, I'm going to do the best I can. And it is true, Janet worked a lot of years in the school district, so did I. She finished her career here as an Alvin Tiger. I started my career as an Alvin All-Star 41 years ago. So it's just kind of weird being here. But thank you. And thanks for those words, Joe. And thanks for being here. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed days, dark sacred nights. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Colors of a rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the face people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Thank you, Mike. The world was such a better place for having Janet in it. Thank you all for being here. Please feel free to visit for a while, talk to each other, share stories, and enjoy this beautiful dedication to Janet. Thank you.